Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a Whitley County man faces charges after being found on another man's property, but he says the situation is a misunderstanding. And a chef in our region gives some chef in our region gives some diet advice for those who still seek to keep up with their New Year's resolutions of losing weight.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Oh, goodness me. Well, I am glad it's Thursday, and, you know, that's a chef, Dakota. Chef and chief are spelled separately, or differently, rather. It's 6:33. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at our forecast this morning. Woo, Brandon, you're going to have to just take the wheel from me because I'm struggling.
There's a one-letter difference.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. Obviously, I didn't pay attention in English class, so.
Anyway.
It's that Tennessee education.
Anyway, let's talk about the forecast this morning. So again, we are seeing some scattered snow showers across parts of our region. Here is the thing. Most of you, if you get caught in just like a regular band, you won't be dealing with a whole lot. It's still warm out there in some areas, but if you get caught in a more intense band, you could get some quick accumulation that will likely melt a little bit once that band goes through. Still some mild temperatures out there. There is more moisture coming off the Great Lakes to the north and west. There is a low setting just to the east of Lake Michigan there, up near the Chicago, western Michigan area this morning. So we're going to continue to watch that, filter this snow in through most of the day before that front starts to move. Now, there is already some snow on the grass up on top of Whitesburg Pine Mountain. They are under a winter weather advisory until midnight. This is probably why folks over at the National Weather Service saw this and then probably got some reports from Black Mountain over in Harlan County. There was some snow up there already. So that's why they pulled the trigger on that about 3:45 this morning. Goes to midnight. We do not expect an expansion on that. It's only for the highest elevations. And you can see there some folks trying to get across the mountain this morning. Be careful. You could run into some slick spots, especially where it's already snowed. So just take it easy out there. 32, Clintwood, Wise, and Williamsburg. 37, Manchester, Harlan, Monticello, and Jacksboro. But a lot of mid-30s out there this morning. So that's kind of snow weather. Wind still cranking. 10 miles per hour or better, sustained wind speeds. Logan, Prestonsburg, London, and Monticello. Also Moorhead, 20-mile-an-hour gust. Moorhead and Jackson. When you factor in wind, it makes it feel colder, especially when it's cold outside. So your breakfast forecast is going to stabilize there a little bit. It's not quite that low yet, but it's going to stabilize in the low to mid 30s this morning and basically stay there all day. Might get back into the upper 30s a little bit later on. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, police in Whitley County are asking for your help with finding a missing woman. This is 48-year-old Angelia Satterfield. She was last seen on January 23rd at Cumberland Falls State Resort Park. She's 5'4", weighs about 160 pounds, and has brown hair and hazel eyes. Whitley County Dispatch tells us Satterfield battles with depression and anxiety and requires medication she does not have. If you have any information on where she might be, you are asked to contact Whitley County Dispatch or Kentucky State Police Post 11. Well, police say a Whitley County man was on another man's property, someplace he wasn't supposed to be, but the suspect says he has a different story and his intentions were not illegal. He is now in jail accused of burglary. Our Phil Pendleton talked with the suspect in jail and has more.
Austin Eppley says on Sunday night he just wanted somewhere to stay. It says he found a place just off of Highway 6 in the Woodbine community of Whitley County.
I'm homeless, and I went inside and laid down to go to sleep, and because it's cold, and I didn't know, I thought it was abandoned.
But moments later, Eppley said there was a gun to his face. Police were called by the property owner because he says the intrusion was caught on a trail camera.
From my understanding, over a month's period, I guess he had some burglaries at this garage, so he installed a trail camera there. And I guess the trail camera has got a function where it would alert him, and he got an alert that someone was in his garage.
Eppley says he didn't mean any harm. The property owner told police he was tired of being a victim of crime.
I wasn't at the scene, but my understanding, he just detained the subject and notified law enforcement. Well within his right to protect himself and his property.
Because I didn't know, I passed it several times, and it's like it was abandoned, you know what I mean? And I just went there and went to sleep.
Eppley says he's been in trouble with the law before, but claims he's never stolen from this property.
Well, he says he's got me on there several times being in there, but I'm not. That was the first time I'd ever been in that place.
Austin Eppley says he's not sure really what he's going to do. He is facing that burglary third-degree charge, remains in the Whitley County Jail. In Whitley County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Corbin police also responded to the scene initially. Officers say there was also a report a second person was involved. Well, a death investigation is underway in Magoffin County. Kentucky State Police says troopers found a body on Bloomington Road Tuesday night. They haven't released many details about the case. They say the cause of death is being investigated and the victim was taken for an autopsy. The name of that person has not yet been released. We'll keep you updated. One man is dead following an incident that happened after a traffic stop in Pike County. Kentucky State Police say a trooper stopped a car on US 23 on Wednesday in Pikeville. And during the investigation, 51-year-old Daryl Gooseland ran away and jumped into the Leviza Fork of the Big Sandy River. First responders searched the area. Gooseland was found dead in the water. His body was sent to the state medical examiner's office for an autopsy. Well, the Knox County Sheriff's Department is looking for two men following a shooting in the Gray community yesterday. Deputies say 21-year-old Timothy J. Holland and 39-year-old Ricky Lee Smith were arguing, and it led to a shooting. Officials believe one person was shot, but both men left the scene before deputies arrived. If you have any information on their location, you can call Knox County Dispatch. A former lieutenant colonel with the Kentucky State Police was sentenced in federal court Wednesday. A judge sentenced retired state trooper Michael Crawford to 8 months in prison. It comes 4 months after he was convicted of conspiracy to defraud the U.S. government. He illegally obtained weapons from the state police armory. Crawford was indicted along with former Scott County Coroner John Goebel, who was also convicted in the case. He will be on supervised release for 2 years. A Kentucky State Police captain is suing the agency due to discrimination. Captain Jennifer Sandlin serves as post commander for Post 13 here in Hazard. She is the first woman to serve as commander in Post 13's history. She filed a lawsuit in August claiming discrimination because she was passed over for promotions that were given to colleagues who are men. A KSP spokesperson says the agency does not comment on pending litigation. Sandlin was awarded a Lifetime Achievement Award in November of 2022. Professional wrestlers hit the ring at Rupp Arena last night, but before they entertained the fans, some of the wrestlers spent some time at UK Children's Hospital. They got to meet some heroes of their own. Hall of Fame wrestler Jake Roberts says he's been doing these kinds of visits for years, and each one is special for him.
I've got 11 grandchildren so far, and I've got 2 that were born under 2 pounds. So they've spent a lot of time in some of the best hospitals in the country. It's critical that you keep their mind in a good place.
Well, the wrestlers say the visits are a chance to make the kids smile and encourage them to keep fighting. One of the most common New Year's resolutions is to lose weight or live a healthier lifestyle. But a recent study from UK shows that more than half of people who start a New Year's resolution quit by the end of January. Our Olivia Calfee spent some time with a local chef who specializes in healthy eating to learn more about how to eat good food and achieve those goals.
When Rhiannon Hayes set a goal a few years back to live a healthier lifestyle, she started with meal prep, never dreaming she would now be preparing around 1,000 meals a week, helping people throughout eastern Kentucky do the same.
Everybody, of course, everybody wants to lose weight, but it's not that easy, you know. It's easier said than done. It's a lot of work. If you want to lose weight, you have to do the work.
Saying if you want to lose weight or eat healthier, it needs to be a lifestyle, because often diets turn into crash diets, involving unrealistic expectations or a popular social media trend.
I always go back to the unrealistic expectations. Low carb. Yes, you can eat low carb, but our body runs on carbs. You have to have carbs. You cannot go without the carbs. So a balanced diet and portions. Very, very big on portion control.
Every meal she preps is served in a 16-ounce container full of sustainable foods. Here's an example of one popular dish she creates.
This is the cheeseburger bowl, one of our most popular dishes. This is one that the entire family will love. And we pull out the bun, and it has everything that you would have on a cheeseburger.
Adding that every meal we eat is a choice to either live a healthy life or not.
You can have 2,000 calories of greens, and proteins, lean meats, or you can have 2,000 calories of ice cream and cake. You're going to gain weight eating ice cream and cake.
She says that doesn't mean you can't have ice cream or cake. It just means moderation is important and planning ahead is always a plus.
Spending Saturday laying out all of your food in your bowls and taking your food with you is going to set you up for success.
That food really does look good, and that was Olivia Calfee reporting. She also shared how each day we get an opportunity to fill our bodies with nutrient-dense dishes if we choose. And if you want to learn more about how to keep your New Year resolution going through the year, you can visit WYMT.com.
.644 here on this Thursday morning, and I have found in recent years the way not to break New Year's resolutions is not to make New Year's resolutions. So there you go. All right, some snow out there this morning as we head across the region. Some heavier bands of snow back off to our west, pulling this way. Moisture's coming in from the Great Lakes this morning, coming down from the north, and is tracking to the east. But again, intense bands could set up for some, mostly just light snow showers for others. So this is not a widespread accumulation event. It is a very spotty accumulation event. Buffalo Mountain, still trying to see, that's one of our higher elevations here in Perry County. I don't see much snow on the grass there this morning, but we're in the right temperature range, between 32 in Wise and Williamsburg to about 37 in Harlan, Jacksboro, Monticello, and Manchester as you head out the door this morning. So again, your out the door forecast, not all day snow, but snow could come and it could be heavy at times. Some light accumulations are possible. Just be careful. Give yourself plenty of time to get where you're going today, this afternoon, and tonight going into tomorrow morning. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. Still to come here on Mountain News this morning, the Department of Transportation investigates Southwest Airlines meltdown during the busy holiday travel season that left thousands of people stranded at airports.